You say regarding this budget that Liberal Democrats will make sure that the spending reductions to come also reflect Liberal Democrat priorities and always protect the needy and vulnerable most. It's easy to say and sounds good, but can you guarantee that you'll be able to deliver on this?
Well, that's a really important question. You're right to ask, and we've got to prove that we can. I mean, for us as a party, we went into the election. Liberal Democrats fought the election for a fairer Britain. That was what we went in. And one of the big tests is, do we have a fairer Britain? Is the gap between the rich and the poor narrower? Is the tax system fairer? And we have a legacy, and I'm not going to answer everything in a party political way, we have a legacy, though, where we have a less equal Britain after Labour than before it, where we have lots of children in child poverty, lots of people in what's called fuel poverty, having to spend more than 10p in the pound on their fuel bills. And we have ridiculously high salaries for people, both in the public and private sector. So I'm absolutely clear that we need to have those outcomes. And if you just split the budget into three things, just very quickly, if you split it into tax changes, on balance, add them all together, we have a fairer tax system after the budget than before. Obviously, if we hadn't had to have VAT, it would be even fairer, but even with VAT, it is fairer than before. We then need to look at the benefits changes. That's more controversial, and there is some work yet to be done about that. And then lastly, we'll need to look at the spending review, and I, like other Liberal Democrats, I'm involved at the moment in trying to make sure that as we cut back on public expenditure, which nobody doubts we have to do and Labour would have done, we have fair outcomes. So the test will be what is delivered. I'm there to make sure, on behalf of my party, that we end up with a fairer Britain, not a less fair Britain, even if we have to spend less money as a state because we have to pay off our debts.